You walk into someone's house. What's the first thing you look for? That's the biggest red flag. Cats in the kitchen. I like cats. I just won't eat anything you've made. Clutter and disarray, like no space on the sofa because it's got laundry and debris on it. I won't want to sit down. General dirt. You can tell a house which is cleaned regularly. It could look like a complete mess with toys all over the place, but there's a difference in a place which is a mess because of lives lived. And somewhere which is never tidied or cleaned. I grew up with a chaotic family environment which was never cleaned enough, and that's had an effect on how I live my life now. And dirt and mess really makes me feel extremely uncomfortable. I would never spend any time with someone who lived life like that. If things are too clean, I get concerned. Like if you don't have a drawer in or a kitchen full of bullshit something up. I went to someone's house one time and it literally felt like a sterile environment. There was so much white and it just felt impossibly clean and almost uncomfortable. I didn't want to touch a single thing. Nobody could live like that. I don't like slobs, but there's something about super clean houses that says serial killer. Years ago had a grinder date with a guy. It all seemed kosher, and when I showed up I had a bad feeling. Couldn't place it. He tried to get handsy, but I had to listen to that little internal voice, so I decided I wanted to leave. Let him know and went to use the bathroom before I went home. Wall to wall was covered in shit. Like it was spread everywhere. On white tiles, and it smelt rancid. I still wonder if I was subtly picking up the smell on my bad nose, but either case I legged it out of there. I still don't understand why or how and what signs I missed because we had talked for ages before meeting. That is now the red flag I look for. Shit on the walls. They genuinely not care what consenting adults do sexually? Each to their own. None of my business. Why I would need to care. Lol, I couldn't care less what consenting adults do. As long as I don't have to watch or listen. I couldn't care less. I don't care as long as they're not acting out their kinks in public, because obviously then they're involving non-consenting participants. Whatever two consenting adults want to do in their bedroom is no business of mine. Have fun, just don't do it in the airplane seat next to me. I assume that people who are heavily concerned with the sexuality of their fellow human beings do not have enough to do with their own. Why should I judge other people's sexuality when I can have fun with mine instead? Unfortunately, those who don't mind their business re-sexuality are very prevalent out there. They're just not going to openly admit it on a thread like this. There are only judgments on websites where the primary function is writing an opinion. To me, it's no different than say what you like to eat or movies you watch. It's personal preference. No. I don't care. You like getting dressed up like a unicorn and getting your ass spanked. That's your business. I don't need to know. So, you don't have to cram your kinks, lifestyle or sexual orientation down my throat. Nope. So everyone can please stop telling us all about your preferences. It's as random and boring as telling us about your food preferences, color preferences, etc. If we are not intimate, we do not need so much private detail. Retain some mystery and dignity. Single men. When's the last time you were touched? Or you touched someone physically? Ran into a friend of mine at the store and gave him the old reliable bro handshake/hug combo. You know the feeling when the handshake hits just right and that slap can be heard for miles? A truly magical sound. A sound that makes every dude in a 5-mile radius look to the sky in awe and exclaim, "Bro still got it," and quat. A sound cherished by every dude bro in existence and recognized as the mark of an undying friendship. A sound emitted by not just any handshake, but a handshake that has been practiced and perfected over decades of a friendship stronger than titanium. A friendship that has been carved in stone many millennia ago by some ancient mythical being. Anyway, it's been a while since we caught up, so we talked for a while. My ex-girlfriend, I was sitting on a chair during lunch. She put her arms around my neck from behind and gave me a tight hug. Little did I know that was going to be the last one. Later that day, she told me, "I don't see you that way anymore." Not important, but earlier that day I had gotten a text from my boss saying, "Hey kid, I won't be needing you anymore," so that hurt me a lot. But I told myself, at least I have a story to tell. Wednesday, I got out of hospital and was advised to get someone to stay with me the first 48 hours. Especially when sleeping, significant head trauma. Called my Somali friend, XFWB, just before midnight to stay over. We're still friends. We still vibe, I trust her. She came over, slept in the bed with me. We cuddled and kissed a couple times and slept. Think I needed that more than anything, more intimate. Broken nose and 2 black eyes, she was cool with it. Bless that woman, 10/10 beauty with no obligation, still she came through and nursed dude. She picked my mood up more than she knows. People of Reddit. What's an effective way to stop masturbating daily? Sometimes if you have too much free time, that can help you to get addictions in general. So if it's that the case, try to find hobbies or something that keep you busy. Why would you? Is it a problem for you? Masturbating daily is not necessarily a bad thing unless you feel like you can't stop or it impacts your life negatively. Do push-ups or pull-ups whenever you feel the urge. Feeling horny? Drop down and do push-ups. You'll be exhausted to even lift your arm after that. Trust me. From my own experience. It works. Start cutting down on opportunities to masturbate. If you're masturbating out of boredom, start trying to occupy your time during the day. Distract yourself. Go for a walk. Do a quick 10-minute session of push-ups. Whatever. Masturbating once a day shouldn't really be considered a problem. But if you find yourself doing so way too often, rule of thumb is 3+ times a day. On average, then you might want to pay a visit to a psychiatrist so you can look into it. Excessive masturbation could be a sign of impulsive or compulsive behavior, which may be related with disorders like ADHD or OCD. You must fill that space of time with an activity that doesn't allow for you to hang out with friends in public spaces. Maybe hit the gym. Get out more. It may be tough to do these things, but that is one option. Why do you have to stop masturbating daily? Absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's a healthy thing to do. Now if you're doing it all day long and you can't work or go to school etc., or you are rubbing yourself raw, or you're not engaging with the opposite sex because of it, then that's a problem. But masturbating every day isn't bad. I've been doing it for too many years to even put on here. Sometimes even more than once a day.